Okay. Hello, everybody. Alright. Well, I hope you guys have been having a good week so far. Mine could definitely be better. At least just dealing with work, like work-wise, could definitely be better. Okay, there we go. But anyway, let's get to the art. Okay. So yeah, still working on figuring out like what to transform these, like, the more armorish parts into. I already got an idea for the hands and the feet. And yeah, it's rough. There's no arguing against that. Yeah, I actually said I want to add like a little something on the back of the hands. It's like supposed to be kind of like a little glass prism that has like it's a little glass prism with a flame inside it. Like, I have an idea for it, but I also fully recognize it's an idea that I'm not exactly the best at explaining. Or actually just like depicting. But anyway. So for now, like, I've got an idea of like some of the stuff I want to do for the helmet. Still not so sure about the pauldron, so I was hoping I could think about some of it like during the day at work, but well, like I said, work, it could have been better this week, so I had a lot of time where I really wasn't able to just like brainstorm on ideas for this. God, I really need to get another job. A better job. Okay, so I can put you away. Yeah, sorry, I just felt like just kind of wanted to open this up. I open up the concept art just again to get an idea like, yes, this is what I'm not trying to make this. Like, this is a style that I'm trying to go for. And I mean, not really a style, like aesthetic. Yeah, aesthetic might be a better word for it. But yeah, honestly, I was more looking at that just to figure out like, okay, so what are, well, actually, it's not like there really is a consistent thing for like head shapes when it comes to this, because a lot of them can be like very different. Some of them are very basic, others are like very different. So I guess I really shouldn't worry too much about that part. But yeah, work has been annoying. Honestly, part of it is because like my senior coworker wants me to start doing, well, basically he wanted me to start doing some work painting like some other colors of laptops than the ones I've usually been doing, which are like just a computer gray. And like, I don't have an issue with that, but an annoying thing was how he went about it. Because at first he just asked like, oh, hey, Cyrus, do you want to try painting the black ones? Like, he gave me a choice. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm okay with just staying with what I've been doing. And then he came back and he asked me that again a little bit later. And at that point, I pretty much just had to ask him, okay, do you want me to work on, like, do you want me to paint the black laptops? Because, like, if he just said that from the beginning, I would have been like, okay, I'll do it. It's, like, I feel annoyed that he gave me a choice. Like, well, not that he gave it, that he framed it as, oh, here, you can choose to do this, even though it was pretty much just like, even though he wanted me to do that. Because I feel like if I had just kept saying no, eventually he would have gotten around to saying like, okay, Cyrus, you need to do these. And like, it would have, like, it works so much better if he just like says it straight out from the beginning. Like, don't try and make me feel like, oh yeah, I want to do this. No, just tell me like, okay, you'll just tell me that I'm gonna be painting black laptops starting tomorrow. Like, I don't know, maybe he's hoping that I actually show some initiative in this job, that I actually show that I actually want to improve and learn more in this fucking temp job that I only got because I don't want to go bankrupt because of my mortgage. Like, hell, I don't know if, like, I mean, I haven't said it in as many words, but you think he'd realize that I'm not here because I want to paint laptops. I'm here because I want to get paid. And it's just, like, it's just so annoying. And, I mean, honest to God, as soon as I get another job, I am just immediately quitting. I don't care about work, like, finishing the rest of the week. I'm just going to, like, if I get a job offer one day, even if it's during work, like during or after work, and I take it, I'm not coming to work the next day. I'm just gonna be calling a temp agency saying I quit and then just moving on. They can all figure out what to do, like, in the aftermath. I'm done with the place. I mean, hell, I've already wanted to quit multiple times because I'm just so tired of the place. The thing being that, like, I can't really quit because, oh, I quit and I stop earning the amount of money I get that's barely enough to cover my mortgage every month. And then I start draining money out of my bank account like it's a goddamn whirlpool. And it's draining like it's just like going down the fucking kitchen sink drain. Like, right now, I'm bleeding maybe a few hundred a month. That's not ideal, but it's better than like 2,000 every month. God, I really want to just like hear back from some of the places I've sent my applications to. And honestly, this part of the entire job hunting process sucks. I sent in my application and I'm having to wait. I don't know, like, are they still going through all the stuff? Are they gonna be waiting for a specific day before they actually start, like, going through the applications? Have they already found someone else and they just haven't bothered to, like tell the rest of the applicants that the position's filled. It's just, it sucks. I just want a job where I'm not gonna be bleeding money out of my bank account every month. On the regular, I mean. Just, it doesn't have to be like a lot of money. I can work with something that just gets me stable right now. Like, if I could remember all the taxes that get taken out of my goddamn paycheck, off the top of my head right now, I mean, I could, like, figure out how much I would need to make hourly to actually just break even on my monthly expenses. Because I know it's definitely more than $17.50 an hour. Honestly, if I could get up to 20, that would be nice. But I don't think I'm going to be getting anywhere close to that if I stay at this job. Okay. Okay. Would it look better like that, or... Well, let's draw the rest of this first and I can figure out. Actually, like, the idea is these are like little channels that go over the top of the helmet and go down the back of it. But that's kind of hard to visualize like this. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be changing this outer line of the helmet. It's probably better to at least like have this here so I can figure out like how I want those to kind of interact with it. thinking about it, I do think these would be better at a slight angle instead of just being like vertical up and down. Like maybe about that or so. That way I might actually be able to kind of like show the curve a bit better. That's... that... that feels weird too. Oh. I mean, if I do it like that, it does look like it's curving, but I feel like it does get across it's going over, but it's not, it feels too much like it's floating is the issue here. Like, it feels like the helmet should be kind of like going up to meet it and coming down from the apex of it. So something like that. Okay, now let's try this again. Okay, I think I figured out one thing that's making this feel weird. It's kind of hard to imagine this as being, like with how it is right now, it just feels like it's just laying on there, like laying flat on it. Whereas at least with something like this, that kind of helps me get the feeling of, like, it's having this part. If I was actually better, then I could use this to show that there is some three-dimensionality here. That this section is raised up higher than the outer section. So I think that might be where I'm running into some weirdness. So let's try drawing a slightly bigger one, like this. So it's something like that. That's like, it definitely feels closer. Actually, maybe it will work better. And no, that's also feels off. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I have not had a lot of time to actually just think this idea through during work, so yeah, we're doing it live. Really doing it live. And like, it might be less confusing if I got rid of this line, but I don't want to. Well, okay, except like, okay, there is like an area where I can do that. But I don't know if that helps or not. Got the idea in my head, I just don't know how to actually draw it. Or more so, I don't even know how to get close to drawing it. Okay, let's try again. Like, I really want this to, like, actually wrap around. Just don't know how to do that. That's not really it. something like this somewhat works. Dear Lord. Like, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff with this idea. Trying to show something on a curve, trying to show something going over the horizon of an object. I mean, I don't even know if I'm using terms correctly right now. God, coloring this is going to be an experience. Before, it would have been rather simple, not exactly the easiest thing. But now I'm adding in shit that I feel like I'd only really be able to get a good... I'd have to figure out like how the hell to actually do the coloring to actually give the image a good feeling of depth. Maybe it'd be better if I just made it larger. Because if I make it larger, then I might actually be able to show a bit of the other side of the curve. That kind of gets rid of... Like, that might get rid of my worry of it not being super obvious. Although, if I instead want to not have it go over too far, like something like this. That's a bit of a pain to look at. So I don't think that big is what I want. Dear Lord. Yeah, this is one that's definitely gonna need some off-stream time to just actually think through. And also, this feels like it'd definitely be something that'd be easier to show with a side view. Like, just give a side profile, and it'll make it a lot easier to just show that it's curving over the head. Okay. Alright, now I'll draw the other one, and I'll leave that part to be figured out later. Yeah, I wanted to see like what it would feel like to kind of make them a bit, like make the sides a bit thinner, see if that would help. And I don't think it did. Okay. You know, honestly speaking, it might benefit me to just try drawing a sphere and just... Actually, you know what? Okay, screw it. We're gonna be... Okay. Figure. Just make me a circle right now. Alright, good enough. Okay. So if I let's say I want to draw something kind of curving around. You gotta go like that. And then obviously this part go like this. Now let's say I want to make this into a ribbon. It's still curving, so kind of have to go with this. And we follow the same pattern here. And of course, you gotta make sure these are connected at the ends. Yeah, close enough. And of course, this part, as it's behind the sphere, can't be seen. What also can't be seen is this part here. And this part here. So like that, we have a ribbon. And that makes sense. It's supposed to be like a solid thing. And in fact, I can make this a lot easier myself. Yeah. So we have that. Okay. And that makes sense. Now, what if I wanted this to kind of curve downwards a bit? Like on the edges. So I want to extend it out, but have the edges be like kind of closer to the sphere. Okay. Okay, so let's undo that part. Okay, so naturally if I did that, then the edges would have to be, like, the edges would have to be kind of shorter. Like, lengthwise. So like, let's start here. Kind of go around like that. If again, obviously, anything that's entering this space gets erased. And then, of course, we also wouldn't see anything here because it's obscured. Then we just kind of like connect it like that. Which would also mean that anything here kind of... okay, no, that... Okay, maybe not like that. Okay. Might work. I might be able to figure something out if I draw the other side too. So we have this one. Peaks around here. Not like that much. Yeah, dang it. Okay. Oh, they're actually thinking about it. This one, if it's gonna be shorter, it should actually extend out past here. If it's what I'm like, if I'm trying to get what I'm going for. It would be like that. And we'd see a bit of a connection here and, yeah, there. And so thinking about it, all the stuff that will be blocked by this part. This could be like that and that. This. Okay. I don't think this is helping me figure it out much. Okay. Let's try again. It might be better to like reverse the start with the closer outer edge and then add in the taller inner edge. I wonder if this would be easier to do if I had like a 3D modeling program. Like Blender or some shit. Like, would it just be easier for me to actually visualize this shit if I could just mess around with that? Although I think if I was using Blender, I'd still run into some issues just with the, like, generally just manipulating the stuff. Honestly, I feel like this would have been so much of an easier thing if I just didn't, if I wasn't so dead set on having them at least be somewhat transparent. Like, being able to actually see into them, I feel is a key part of it. And it's just making a pain in the ass for myself because if I can see into it, I can also see through it if it doesn't have anything like opaque below it. So in the case of the rails on the head, because they go over, like, they go over the curve of the helmet, there would be a part where you'd see through it. You could see through the crystal to the actual curvature of the helmet. God. Okay, you know what? We'll just be putting the helmet and stuff on pause for now. So I'm just going to instead let's try and like brainstorm some ideas for like what's going to be going on here on the like upper chest. Okay, I'll use layer 8. I don't know why I haven't. I mean, I'm obviously not using it for anything. Okay, actually, I'm feeling like I want to do what I did with the other parts and just kind of like just select the kind of chest area and yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. Like, why not? Okay. So basically be this part. Pretty much just this entire area. Okay. Then we just, where's the other one? Okay. I'll just move this one over here. Not gonna worry about trying to figure out what I want the pauldrons to look like. For now, it's just figuring out what to do with here. So, alright. Well, if we look at Mega Man for an example, they do some pretty simple stuff. Pretty much just kind of a little area connects to two pauldrons. And it just kind of looks like a chest protector just goes up to like the base of his neck. Like, it's simple, clean, it works. So that's something I could do. And yeah, it's definitely, I want something in there in the chest area because otherwise it's just blank. Like, I need something there. All right. So this one's kind of something that's kind of taking in just like this general area. Like, I'm not trying to go for like Superman, but something in this general area. And like, obviously I already have an idea for like the little symbol I'm gonna have in the middle there, because I mean, it's kind of a thing you do with a lot of like Mega Man designs. You can, at least with like EXE Navi designs, and it does also go into like EM waveforms for Star Force. But usually you have like a character symbol in the middle. Like, you see Geo has this here as Mega Man, that's his pendant. So usually you have something in the middle there to just like as just a symbol. And here we have for Taurus Fire, we have, I mean, you really can't tell with this, but that's the symbol for Taurus there. Like, usually you are going to have like a symbol related to the character on their chest. Obviously not always. There are a few that don't directly have it on the chest. Sometimes it goes on the head. Like, for example, Geo actually has both, because that's like Omegasys' symbol, so he has Mega symbol and he has his own little symbol. Okay, so I got distracted looking through the concept art again, but it did actually help me come up with a idea that I find like a lot cooler than. Oh, hey Baron. Glad to see you here. I hope you've been having a good week so far. Me, I'm well, racking my head over design ideas. Usually like with some of the previous things, I had time like during work where I could just kind of think about this and figure out like, oh, that'd be really cool, I want to do that. But this past week hasn't exactly given me that many opportunities to do that. And yeah, that's kind of what my week's been so far. It's not been bad, but well, work has been annoying. But okay. Oh, and hello, Orion. Oh, I'm glad to see a new face around here. But yeah, so actually, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bit frazzled from a lot of stuff happening today, and this is not helping. I was wanting to do this to unwind, but now I'm kind of stressing myself up even more. But yeah, not so much rough, but just annoying. And then just adding in general current state of being for me. Yeah, it has been a bit rough. But yeah, I hope you're having a good week so far, Ryan. And I hope you enjoy your time here. But yeah, I was trying to, earlier in the stream, I was trying to figure out something to do. Like, I want, like, these are supposed to be kind of like raised up parts of a helmet that are transparent so you can, like, see through them. And I want them to, and like the idea is they kind of curve around to the back of the helmet. I was having trouble figuring out, like, wait, how do I depict that? And yeah, kind of a bit rough to figure out. But I have a new idea for how it's going to work, so let's just get rid of all that. No, it's okay, Varen. Honestly, this is just something I'm gonna have to... Like, this is a wall I'm gonna have to beat my head against until I figure something out. Oh, okay, well, I hope you have a good time drawing, Orion. Honestly, I just wish I had... So much of my issues would probably be a lot easier to work through if I just had more time to really draw, but can't really do much of that at work. And when I'm off work, once I'm done with work, I just come back here and I don't have too much time to really do a lot of other stuff. But gotta make the most of it. So, okay. Alright. So what I was thinking was, like, this part here is a visor. Initially, I was having it set in the helmet, but I feel like it'll work better towards what I want to do if I can, like, if I kind of have it be not like inset into the helmet, but kind of on top of it, which I think, okay, kind of like, you can see here how the visor on Mega Man is kind of in front of other parts of the helmet. I'm thinking something like that. Except it'd be more like along the top here. So I still want to have, like, because the visor is obviously see-through. So like out here and here. Follow the curve a bit up here. And same on this side. Okay, so I want to have it, you gotta get the feel for this visor a bit right though. Like, do I want the top to be just a flat line, or do I want it to kind of dip down the middle? That way it kind of matches the bottom part of it. Obviously, if it dipped down the middle, it would probably be more like around this point. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay. Like, not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I think I had on. No, okay, it was on here. Okay. All right. So we get it like that. And something like this. And just kind of erase this part. And now we have that as. Okay, wait. That one's a bit too tall. Okay, that's working. Of course, the issue is this is supposed to be like a transparent material, so you would see these parts. Okay. Alright. Come on, Noggin. Give me that idea on how to actually, like, make the next part of this. I know it's in there somewhere. I can hear it knocking around. Maybe if I have it start from... like, have it like this. Like, build this up around the edges of it. Actually, wait. These corners, it's best to go like this. That way so I can then have it curve around to down here. That way it kind of helps set that the visor is connected to the helmet, but it's raised up. At least I hope that that would actually set it. I mean, I feel like a lot of this I'm going to have to mess with some shades for colors to just help sell the this part is lower than this part effect. But yeah, so if I go like that, then just have these parts continue alongside, but they don't go nearly as high up. Okay, I am liking that. But, okay. Now the issue is how do I connect these parts to the rest of the helmet? Would it work best if I have the out part? Like, would it work better if I have, like, I mean, okay. Because I do want this to be something that, like, on the silhouette would be kind of separate from... yeah, no, I want the silhouette to have it so these two ridges are not in line with the rest of the helmet silhouette. So it might be best just to not try and have them do that. Like, as long as I make sure that where it looks like the lines are going over, they are actually kind of like meeting up with the helmet here. Maybe that'll be good enough. Okay, I actually like that. Nice. Okay, yeah, I actually get that figured out. Alright. I actually managed to accomplish something today in stream. Well, actually, just straight up accomplish something today. It's not like I really did anything at work that's accomplishment worthy. Just painted some black laptops and hated how easily I could see all of my fuck-ups. Although, like, only 3 of them got sent back. So apparently I didn't fuck up as badly as I thought I did. But still, ugh. But okay. Yeah, definitely when I'm drawing out the visor and a lot of the other stuff, I'm definitely going to have to, like, just work with the colors to figure out something that really just helps sell the, this part is higher than the other parts. And granted, they didn't have to do much of that here, but they also weren't doing what I was doing with it, so... But, alright. So, I've gotten that part figured out. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot more fun drawing the back of this helmet, but that's, like, quite a bit later. Alright. Okay. So for next part, I don't want the rest of the helmet to be like this round. I kind of want something here, kind of where the ears would be. Because like, see here with Mega Man, he's got this little bit where his ears are. Like, obviously it doesn't look like an ear, but it... Honestly, I think it helps just set the face up. Well, not face, but head. So I want to like have something on the sides here. But that's also another thing I haven't really been able to nail down. Because I could have it kind of go out a bit more, but then that makes me like, if I have it go like, say, that makes me think more of a cat, and I'm not going for like cattish with this. Okay, like... No, that... Like, I'd be thinking bull or just... like evil goblin, I don't know, it just... And I don't think, like, kind of a squarish look... Yeah, no, that just... that gives off too much, like, robot vibes. So that's a no. Okay. Okay, I'm not too opposed to, like, doing something like that. Although I wonder... like... Okay, I turn on this. Oh, this one. Okay, I think I could still see the mouth with that, so it's not a bad idea. Although if I want it to be a full cover, it would actually have to go a bit lower to get the chin. Like, I'll just... Okay, yeah. It would have to go a bit lower. Like, maybe about that much lower? Okay, yeah. So that much lower would be able to cover the chin, no problem. And we just kind of have it like naturally go into the curve here. So something like that, it wouldn't be bad. So, looking at it, basically be something like this. Yeah, I could see that working pretty well. Okay. Although in that case, it might be better. Like, cause I'd be removing. I wouldn't have these. It would just be this. So it might be better to kind of curve it in. So it's more like in line with that. So it's not just like kind of coming out of nowhere. Okay. That looks good. Now I still like want to do something with the sides. Just can't figure out what. Like, as it is now, it's not a bad helmet design. But it's just, it's missing something. Can't figure out what it's missing, though. Like, going back to Mega Man, he's got these, which, okay, maybe I have a better reference image that kind of shows how it changes the basic head shape. Okay, it kind of does. Of course, his also end up like pointing up, so definitely changes the silhouette that way as well. It's not just like horizontally. I mean, maybe I don't have to worry about that. Maybe it's perfectly fine just like this. Maybe I don't need to change the silhouette that much. Character design is hard work. Yeah, maybe I'm just too focused on silhouette because I'm not really doing anything else with the design of the helmet. I mean, I do have an idea for something for like the other parts here, but that's more going to be a shared thing with most of the armor parts, so I'm not really too worried about doing it right now. Because honestly, what I'm thinking of is more kind of like not a texture, more of a pattern. Okay. Okay, let's hide the first draft for now. It's a bit distracting. I'm thinking maybe something that'd be more kind of, in a sense, pointing down might work. I don't know. You know, for now, I can just, like, let that be. If I figure something else out that I feel works well, like the sides of the helmet, I can do that later. So for now, let's just... yeah, actually, move that down there so I can know that I'm getting this right. Okay. We can get rid of these. And I can just delete that layer. Okay. Keep ending up on the wrong layer. Okay, so I wasn't trying to do anything too fancy. Does that feel better? Kinda. Well. Okay, now I see. It's still it's a bit too far out. That's why. Yeah, don't need to have it too much. Just a little like this should be enough. Okay, I feel like that's better. So still gotta get the cauldrons figured out and what we're gonna do with the chest. Then once I've gotten that all figured out... Oh, okay, actually, almost forgot one thing. Need to have these little guys right here. Okay, don't know if I want to try and have one like... Oh, actually, like one right up in here. Yeah, I want to have those little guys there. That way, with that setup, each of the extremities has a little caged fire on it. But, okay. So yeah, helmet's done for now, so just pauldron and chest. And once we get that, then I can start working on the second draft. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, it's 7, and if I want to, well, go to bed at a decent time to wake up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow, I'm gonna want to end stream here. So, thank you everyone who dropped by. Appreciate having you guys here. Didn't get much accomplished today, but I got something accomplished, which I'm gonna take the small victories. And thank you for being here, Varen. So, let's find someone to raid into. Yeah, Twitch is recommending a lot of other streamers who are working on art right now. But I feel like rating to them just kind of makes me feel like I'm just going to feel worse about my own small amount of skill. So let's cut that list down a bit. Okay. Alright, I think... Okay, yeah, this seems like a fun one to go into. Alright, we're gonna be raiding into Haya Dreams Rat. Right now they're playing Metal Gear Solid 2. So that'll be fun. So let's start the raid. Alright. Okay, so tomorrow's stream is, well, we'll be continuing Mega Man Star Force. And that should definitely go a lot better than this, because I actually know how to play that game. Compared to still figuring out how to actually draw shit. So, yeah, that should go a lot better. But yeah, that will be starting at, like, around 5:30 p.m. And it should be pretty fun. But yeah, thank you guys for dropping by. Always appreciate having you here. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you have a wonderful time of it, and I hope I'll see you again tomorrow. Let's raid. Okay, and for the YouTube side of things, I'll be ending the stream here. I hope to see you guys tomorrow as well. Goodbye.